Folks, welcome back to the Jimmy O Show with a very happy episode with two of our special teams players of the week from the AAC Championship game and one of our offensive players of the week. We got here Kiland Harrison and Michael Lunz, the two special teams guys on the ends here. And then Shae Wyatt, who had a big game of receiver for us. How you doing, guys? Fantastic. I think everybody's still kind of sort of on the cloud nine feel about all y'all right now. Y'all just all very tranquil right now. So, normally, take you behind the scenes. Normally, we're a Wednesday before the next kickoff, and guys are starting to kind of get a little, you're just starting to get kind of game ready. You got all your hard work in by that point, and so you got just like a little walkthrough day after. Y'all ready to go now? You got a few weeks to relax to a pretty big ball game coming up. Guys, before we get started, let me go ahead and tell people why we're here. Fear the Wave Collective. Folks, it's towards the end of the year, and the opportunities that our donors have provided to these young men have been nothing short of spectacular, and we're thankful for everything. And we ask that if you haven't given yet, you haven't supported, or if you have more to give, now's the time to do it. At year end, remember that all gifts are tax deductible. You can find out the information you need to find out at ftwcollective.com. And then our charity partner, you see it on Shae's hat right here. We're doing some work with Son of a Saint right now, and really just impressed by that organization, how well run it is, and the mission that it has to make meaningful impact in the New Orleans community. Please, if you are so inclined to find other charities to give to this holiday season, please check out Son of a Saint. All right, gents, 45-28. AAC champs. Has it all really sunk in yet?
Well, I'd say, man, for me personally, I think it's just about sunk in. I think we 3-4 days after, but the first couple of days, right after it happened that night, it just didn't feel real to me, to be honest. Just all that hard work we put in, to actually see it just come to light was just really satisfying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to piggyback off of what Kiland was saying. It's definitely surreal still. I go home and even see my jersey and smile. And even yesterday at practice, there was still confetti in our helmets. So, it's a nice feeling, and it's still riding high. I'm not gonna lie.
No doubt.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, pretty much the same as these two as well. I'd probably say yesterday is when it really sunk in. Exactly when came home from practice and I seen my jersey on the table. I was like, man, but like Kiland said too, though, it was great to see that all the hard work that we put in the all season and all the things that we spoke, came to fruition.
Yeah, and that's really the thing about this is that, it's been all over every major sports network and local network and everything else. Everybody's riding the wave, so to speak, now. But there was a time 12 months ago that the only people who believed this was possible were in that locker room right there, right?
Yes, sir, yeah.
And so it's great to win a championship. It's great to be a part of that, but it's got to be more special when it was this way, right?
Right.
This turnaround, this now to this height, from that depth to this height, is just a special thing. So guys, let's talk a little bit about the game, and I guess I want to back up a little bit of season in general, because Michael and Kiland, you guys, we were talking about it a little bit before we went on, but we didn't actually have to do that much work in special teams this game. It's been such a huge part of our plan to success all season long is the solid special teams play, but we kicked off 8 times, only had to cover 3, right?
Yes, I believe so.
And 2 punts and only covered 1 of those, and I think it was still a fair catch on the rugby punt. I guess, and we didn't get a lot of return opportunities either with their kick. All world kicker, all conference type kicking game out of some of those guys. But look, you guys have been core special teamers for this team all year long. Are y'all on all the coverage units and all the return units?
I'm on kickoff and punt return.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kickoff, punt return, punt. Everything but KOR, not KOR.
Y'all just don't do the PATs, essentially.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, because y'all both multi-time special team player of the week recipients, and that's it's a special, because it's a hard way to break in here at Tulane because, you know, Coach Fritz is a big believer in having his frontline guys play. So, I mean, you know, Nick and Dorian, all those guys are all playing special teams as well. But you guys have won this award multiple times now. Do y'all take special pride, I guess, in the impact you make on the special teams units in terms of how you have the ability to affect the game week in, week out?
Yeah, I think it's a huge honor to play special teams, mostly because, like, Mike knows, like, when we covering kicks, like, we might cover 8 kicks, but only 2 or 3 of them going to get returned. And you don't know which 2 or 3, so it's just about, like, basically just playing hard every kickoff or playing hard every punt. Like, you never know when your opportunity will come to make a play. So.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, pretty much the same. Just capitalize on every opportunity that you get when you're out there. And I do personally take a lot of pride in it, especially when I may not get as many reps at my position. You know, so capitalizing and giving everything I can to the reps I do have out there for the team is definitely something I take pride in.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, that's how a lot of great careers start, Mike.
Yes, sir.
You know, I didn't look it up before, and I think this is right, but you're from the Cincinnati area?
Yes, sir, about 2 hours south. I'm from Kentucky.
You are from Kentucky, okay.
Yeah, yes,
I know
sir.
a lot of Kentucky is suburb, but 2 hours. I guess that had to be pretty cool. We hadn't had a chance to talk since then.
Oh, yeah, yes,
pretty
sir.
cool going up to Nippert.
I did, yes, sir.
Get that job done, huh?
Yes, sir, no doubt. I had a lot of my family come out. A lot of my family come out.
Yeah, for 30 tickets, man.
Yeah, it was definitely special though, being up there.
Yeah, and yet again, that was a game, and special teams played a big role in that one. And that was one where, you know, they got the all-conference kicker, they got the all-conference punter.
Yeah, yes,
but
sir.
we were on point, and you know, I mean, whether it was a double return look or whatever, you know, Coach Disher had a good plan, and you guys executed, and that made a big difference in that ball game. Shae, man, I asked you before, you know. You had a nice season. You had a nice last season. You were a Division II All-American. I mean, I know you're a good player, but I didn't know you had quite that gear in you, man, that we saw on Saturday. I got to tell you.
I had to kick it in.
Yeah, you did.
Like I said before we were talking, going up against, you know, Nick, Dorian, I mean, these two, the rest of the defense, I mean, it seems easy when it comes out on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. You know, one thing, you know, and so two big touchdowns. One was sort of a fade down on the first drive, started off the scoring, and then the long one on the opposite sideline from where we're sitting right here was a big comeback, catch and run. You know, I just, you know, precision. I guess we talked about you before the season about how you kind of remind me of certain guys. Like, it's just the precision of your routes and the ability to break guys off at the top of the route. And no, we saw that probably. I think 3 of your 5 catches, right? I think 3 of the 5 were on deep comeback looks where, and then it wasn't just a catch. I mean, it was catch and run every time, and then one was a 60, 70-yard touchdown. You know, just, I mean, I guess that was it. Was there something y'all saw coming in to know that look was going to have the success it did in this game?
Well, first I want to start off with, you know, it's the O-line and Tajay, so he takes a lot of pressure off our backs. And going into the game, we kind of knew that, you know, they would pack the box. They're going to play man-to-man. You know, they have to stop 22. You know, the only way to do that is put bodies there. So, I mean, Coach Boda, Coach Nagel, and Coach Mack, and even, you know, Coach Fitz, the rest of the coaching staff, they put together a great game plan. And they really just put us in positions to be successful. You know, we were able to use our abilities and, you know, just got open, created space. And, you know, like I said, with the pass play, it has to be precision. You know, like you said, you know, the O-line has to hold up. Mike has to look downfield and actually get the coverage and actually deliver the ball. I mean, Tajay, he even has to look out for the backside blocker. You know, the receivers have to run the right routes, and everything just has to click perfectly, you know. And a lot of that is just preparation and practicing. And, I mean, we had a pretty good week. You know, heading into the game.
Yeah, you know, talking about your quarterback, but before I get there, I guess I want to shout out my guys up front. I mean, Mike had a lot of time to
He had time, yeah.
He was very clean on Saturday. Yeah. And we saw what a clean Michael Pratt could do, man. He was a chef on Saturday. And what I mean by that, like, on your throws, a lot of it is your ability, but a lot of it was the timing, location of the throws were perfect. And so you came down with you catch the ball, you getting right upfield with room to move and room to work. But you know what really impressed me with Mike was and I guess it was the game plan too, but like just the wide array of ways he beat them both with his legs, but really through the air. You know, a lot of times in college football, you can have a big passing game because there's one particular weakness that you're hitting on, and you're running kind of like 2 or 3 different route concepts just over and over again. It seemed like every single route in the tree, you know, every single read, second progression, third, fourth guy sometimes, Michael was on point with all of them, man. He had a hell of a game.
Yeah, he definitely did. And to piggyback off of what you're saying, I mean, we have weapons all over the field, and you know, when Mike gives us a chance, I mean, that we just need that one opportunity to make something happen.
Yeah, it was nice of Najee Harris, Tajay to share a little bit. You know, some games he gets going so much. I remember talking to Coach Boda after the Tulsa game. I was like, he's kind of like, man, we only threw for 100 and whatever. I was like, but I mean, when you run for 350, I mean,
what
you
can
know,
you do?
That's what I'm saying.
it was kind of nice for Tajay to, like, even though he did run for 200, you know, to let you guys get in on the action, and we didn't just go run all the time. Huh?
Yeah.
So man, look, it was cool, and you knew it was that, and I think, and this is where statistics can be deceiving. When you look at an offense's performance over a year, people want to just look at, if you don't watch the game, you just want to look at the numbers. Well, they had a good passing game because they threw for 350. They didn't have a good passing game because they threw for 150. But to me, watching all these games pretty closely, like the quality of our passing game was you know, at a level by the end of the season between you guys and Michael and the offensive line, the whole thing. Whereas, you know, it probably wasn't that high early in the season. It's just that we didn't always have to use it. But the progression and the on-point nature of our passing game just grew and grew and grew. And I think it all just culminated on Saturday night.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It was fun to watch, man. I mean, like, so, you know, I just look at this football team now clicking really on all cylinders, right? We got a great offense. We got a great defense. We got a great special teams. Are y'all ready to kind of show off all 3 phases in Dallas, Texas on January 2nd?
Of course.
Excited.
Of course. Like you definitely, like you was telling the guys earlier, though, this is when you calculate the percentage of people that gets to, like, you know, play in this game, it's unreal to think about. So I think the whole team is definitely ready to go out there and showcase everything that we've been putting in all season and everything that we had put in off season.
Yeah, I know y'all went ready to show off. I mean, look, y'all been doing it in all these big games down the stretch, right? All these ABC games and all that. Y'all kind of playing your best ball in these biggest stages. Man, look, you know, I guess when do we get there about a week early? Y'all know the schedule yet?
Yeah, the 26th.
You're going to have to go do all the events, which are nice, you know.
Yeah.
I tell you, look, when we went, we played BYU, all right, and in the Liberty Bowl, and this is, you know, we're all Kiland's age. Shae's been around a little bit, but we're Michael's age. You know, we're all 19, 20-year-old dudes, and they had a joint event at Graceland, and BYU's there, right? They're our opponent. And you know, most of the BYU guys, they go off on mission in the middle of their career. They may be gone 2-3 years. Man, we're walking around Graceland. We're talking about, like, all right, man, where are we going tonight? What club we hitting? You know, blah blah blah. And then you look over down the hall, and there's this grown man with a wife and a baby in a stroller, and they're just like walking out, like they were like their entire front 7 and offensive line. All these dudes were like 24, 25 years old. And it was like, oh man, I don't know, we gotta pack a lunch pail for these guys, huh? Yeah, it's just a different deal. I mean, because you do have to interact with the other team and all that. And look, man, USC, that's a name brand in college football. And I think y'all feel like y'all owe Lincoln Riley a little something from
most definitely.
that game.
Oh yeah. From last year, we let him slip away last year.
That's right. I think it's a great matchup for us, man. I mean, their style, our style. I think it matches well for Tulane. I think y'all can play with anybody in the country at this point, but USC better be ready to play.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Come January 2, or it might get a little ugly for them.
Oh yeah.
All right. That's all the bulletin board material we give them. We're counting them not watching the Jimmy O show, all right? We respect you, Lincoln. We respect you, USC.
Of course, yes.
Go
yes,
Warriors of
yes.
Troy, blah, 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 except on the second. We could be ready for you. All right, man. Well, look, that'll do it for this episode of Jimmy O Show, man. Thank y'all for coming on.
Yes, sir, thank
Appreciate
you.
y'all being here, and look forward to future opportunities together and all that. And really look forward to watching y'all play one more time, January 2nd.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
All right.
Roll wave. Roll wave.